Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to the ranking member and the witnesses for being here today for your testimony. I'm glad to see this committee is taking up a slate of bipartisan bills. Public safety communications is one of those rare areas where the technology is moving fast, the stakes are high, and Congress has a real opportunity to make systems work better in the moments that matter most. When I've met with first responders in my district in Southeast Indiana, I consistently hear that clear, coordinated systems allow them to share information quickly, direct resources effectively, and keep both first responders and the public safe in very, very critical moments. We've heard today how much the landscape has changed. Wireless networks now carry more than 80% of 911 calls, and providers are investing heavily in resiliency and backup power. But at the same time, our 911 professionals are still operating on infrastructure that traces back to the 1970s. Without federal standards or directed funding, adoption of next-generation 911 remains an uneven and fragmented process across multiple states and localities. Against that backdrop, the bills before us today, ranging from the NG 911 Act to the Mystic Alert Act, the Emergency Reporting Act, and others, represent a chance to build a modern, interoperable, and resilient public safety ecosystem. Mr. Varnado and Mr. Gerst, several bills today aim to strengthen interoperability across public safety ecosystems. What should Congress prioritize to ensure that 911 systems, alerting platforms, wireless networks, and emerging satellite services function as a unified network across state and local boundaries?
I think Congress should adopt a comprehensive framework for our next generation 911 to ensure all communities have access to modern, reliable, and interoperable emergency communications.
Congresswoman, thank you for the question. We are working every day right now to work with 911 authorities to implement next generation 911 for our part. Our part is delivering the calls to the call centers. We completely agree that the federal government should marshal its forces, its resources to help state and local governments move to next generation 911 services as quickly as possible, given the interoperability, the redundancy, all of the capabilities that consumers who place calls on our networks expect our public safety services to have.
It's really, honestly, unbelievable to me that we're here at this point when we're 20 plus years post 9/11, when we saw those interoperability problems exacerbated to tragic levels. And we're still yet talking about next generation 911. So I do hope that this hearing will move our work forward to completion. Mr. Gerst, as NG 911 systems come online, AI tools are already being tested for call triage, translation, and identifying high-risk situations. What opportunities and risks do you see in applying AI inside 911 call centers, and what safeguards should we consider if those capabilities become standard elements?
Well, we're very excited about AI overall, whether it's network optimization and better speeds and services for the consumers we serve. And we're also seeing how AI can be helpful, as you mentioned, in triage processes. I believe NTIA put out a report just a couple weeks ago that their analysis that was provided to them showed that AI using triaging non-emergency calls reduced those calls by 40%. That helps our telecommunicators, the folks who actually take the calls, have the ability to respond to the calls that they actually need help. Defer to Captain Jack and Renato on the specifics of the operations, but overall, we're very excited about what AI can do in that space.
Thank you. And as a member of Congress, I have visited some of my dispatch centers, fielded a call or two for the dispatch system, and really am grateful for the work that they do, and the support that we can give them is critical. I would encourage lots of members of Congress to go take the time to visit the dispatch center to see what they deal with on a daily basis and the difficulties engaged in that. Thank you again to the witnesses. Today's hearing makes one thing unmistakably clear. First responders cannot do their jobs without communication systems that are trustworthy, interoperable, and resilient. This bipartisan work in front of us is an opportunity to close those gaps. I look forward to continuing this efforts with our colleagues on both sides of the aisle.